The root of suffering is attachment. Buddha. Hello and welcome back to the Son.Mindfulness channel. I'm so glad you've joined us today. Have you ever wondered why losing something feels like losing a part of yourself? Or why holding on to roles, things, or feelings can weigh you down? Do you sometimes feel burdened despite owning many things? These questions touch a deep part of our human experience. Many people today feel trapped by what they own or what defines them. This feeling is widespread and causes much stress and unhappiness. In our fast-changing world, we often confuse ownership with identity. We say, my job, my success, or my happiness. But what if this is an illusion? What if true peace comes from letting go? This video explores the Buddhist teaching on non-possession. It reveals how attachment to things and self causes suffering. More importantly, it offers a way to find freedom and joy. At Son.Mindfulness, we focus on simple, mindful wisdom for daily life. Our goal is to help you live peacefully, no matter your age or circumstance. If you find this message helpful, please subscribe and support us. Together, we build a community of calm and kindness. Thank you for being part of this journey. May you be healthy, peaceful, happy, and blessed with good fortune. Now, stay with us to discover how loosening your grip can lighten your life. The insights ahead may surprise you and change how you see yourself. Let's begin this journey toward true freedom and peace. Part 1. The illusion of ownership and attachment. Have you ever thought about what makes you you? Is it your job title, your house, or your family? Many people believe they are what they own or what they do. This belief is natural, but is it true? Some define themselves by their work. For example, General Vom Win Jap was known worldwide as a brilliant military leader. His identity was closely tied to his role and achievements. But what if his identity was more than just his rank? Others attach their sense of self to possessions. A home, a car, or even the clothes they wear can feel like part of their being. People often say, "This is mine," with pride or even fear. But how much of this really belongs to us? The Buddha taught a simple but powerful truth. Nothing in this world truly belongs to us. Everything is impermanent, changing and passing away. Your house will age, your job will change, and even your loved ones grow apart. Holding on tightly to these things creates heavy burdens. It brings fear of losing what we own. This fear can make life feel small and suffocating. Have you noticed how a lost item can feel like losing a part of yourself? When a friend leaves or a job ends, it can feel like an identity crisis. Why does loss hurt so deeply? Because we often confuse ownership with our very existence. In today's world, this illusion grows stronger. Social media encourages us to show what we have and who we are. Likes and followers become proof of worth. But when attention fades, so does our happiness. This attachment is not only about things or status. It can also involve our emotions and stories. We say, my anger or my sadness, as if they belong to us forever. But holding on to emotions tightly often increases suffering. Modern psychology supports this Buddhist insight. The idea of identity attachment explains how people link self-worth to external factors. When those factors change, mental well-being suffers. Depression, anxiety, and stress often stem from this attachment. Consider the story of Queen Elizabeth II. She carried the enormous weight of her role and responsibilities for decades. Her identity was tied to being monarch, a symbol for many. Yet she also showed moments of letting go and humility. She understood that her title was a role, not the essence of her being. Attachment to ownership blinds us from the present moment. It chains us to the past and worries about the future. When we cling to mine, we lose the freedom to simply be. The Buddha's teaching is not a rejection of life's joys. It invites us to enjoy without grasping, to love without clinging. It shows that peace comes from releasing, not accumulating. Think about your own life. What possessions or roles do you hold as part of you? How would your life change if you loosened that grip? By recognizing this illusion of ownership, we begin a journey toward lightness, freedom, and peace. And this journey leads us to understand something even deeper. Who is this I that owns or loses? This question brings us to the next teaching, understanding self, the non-self teaching. Part 2, understanding self, the non-self. Teaching. Have you ever asked yourself, who am I beyond my roles and things? This question touches the heart of Buddhist teaching on non-self or anatta. The Buddha taught that the I or self is not fixed or permanent. Instead, it is a collection of changing parts, body, feelings, thoughts. Think about your body. It changes every moment, cells dying and renewing without pause. Feelings come and go like waves in the ocean. Thoughts arise and disappear like clouds in the sky. There is no single I controlling everything inside you. This might feel strange or even unsettling at first, but it offers freedom from the fear of losing a fixed identity. Modern science agrees in surprising ways. Neuroscience has searched for a self inside the brain. No one spot or center controls who we are. The brain is a network of processes working together constantly. Consider the great Emperor Ashoka of India. He was once a fierce warrior and ruler. Later, he transformed into a compassionate Buddhist leader. His identity changed dramatically through life's flow. This is a real example of impermanence and non-self. Clinging to a fixed identity creates fear. Fear of change, fear of losing what defines me. It also breeds jealousy and suffering. If you believe I am this job or I am this title, losing it feels like losing your entire self. Many people face identity struggles in later life. Retirement, loss of loved ones, or changing health can shake us deeply. Who are we without the things that once defined us? Consider General Vonglin Jap again. Though famous as a military leader, he was also a humble teacher. He understood life's impermanence and practiced letting go. This attitude gave him peace beyond rank or fame. When we release the idea of a permanent self, we become lighter and freer in spirit. We can respond to life's changes with grace. We stop defending a fragile identity and start embracing the present. This is not about becoming empty or lost. It is about understanding that the I is a story, not the whole truth. Your name, your history, your roles are like clothing you wear. They are not your true skin. Imagine if you could see yourself without labels or titles. What would remain? Perhaps a gentle awareness, a heart open to now. This insight opens the door to compassion. When we see no fixed self in ourselves, we begin to see others without barriers too. We sense that all are part of a shared, changing journey. Ask yourself, what parts of my identity do I hold too tightly? Is it the idea of being strong, successful, or needed? None of these are bad, but none are permanent. Letting go of fixed self-identity is a slow, gentle process. It takes patience and kindness towards oneself. But the reward is deep freedom and peace. As the Buddha said, by seeing through the illusion of self, the mind becomes quiet, the heart softens, and freedom grows. This understanding prepares us for the next step. Why do we cling so strongly to what changes? What is the root cause of our suffering? The answer leads us to the teaching of craving, the root of suffering. Part 3, Craving, the root of suffering. Have you noticed how wanting something can fill your mind completely? This strong desire is what Buddhism calls tanha, or craving. It is like thirst, a deep urge that never seems satisfied. The Buddha taught that craving is the root of suffering. But what exactly do we crave? He pointed to 3 main kinds of craving that cause pain. First, craving for pleasant things. We all enjoy comfort, good food, and beauty. There's nothing wrong with pleasure itself, but suffering begins when we feel we must have these to be happy. Have you ever felt unhappy when a favorite meal was not available, or when a vacation ended too soon? This shows how craving creates pain. Second, craving to be something or someone. We want to be important, successful, or respected. We build identities around our status and roles. When these change or fade, we feel lost or angry. General George Patton, a famed U.S. general, struggled with this. His identity as a warrior defined him. When peace came, he wrestled with loss of purpose. This shows how craving for identity can cause inner conflict. Third, craving to avoid pain and discomfort. We want sadness, illness, or problems to disappear instantly. Life's natural hardships often clash with this wish. Resistance to pain can deepen suffering instead of easing it. Many seniors feel this strongly with aging challenges. Wanting to avoid illness or loneliness is natural, but fighting reality too fiercely can cause more distress. Why does craving hurt us so much? Because everything in life is impermanent and always changing. Pleasure fades, success fluctuates, pain comes and goes. Holding tightly to permanence in an impermanent world causes tension. It is like trying to hold water in your hands, impossible and frustrating. Think of the story of Emperor Ashoka again. He craved power but later craved peace and compassion. His journey shows how changing cravings shaped suffering and healing. Carrying anger, regret, or fear is like holding a heavy stone. Over years, these feelings fill the mind and heart. Mrs. Lan, a woman in her 70s, shared her experience. She carried resentment toward a family member for decades. Only after forgiving did she feel her burden lighten. This teaches us craving is not only about wanting. It also includes clinging to painful feelings and stories. Recognizing craving is the first step toward freedom. When we see how craving traps us, we can begin to loosen its grip. Ask yourself, what cravings control my happiness? Is it pleasure, status, or avoiding pain? How does holding on to these affect my peace? The Buddha's insight invites us to practice letting go, not by denying life, but by seeing clearly the truth of change. This leads to the next teaching. Letting go, the path to freedom and peace. Part 4, Letting Go, the path to freedom and peace. Have you ever tried to hold water tightly in your hands? No matter how hard you try, it slips through your fingers. Life is often like that. Holding too tightly only causes frustration and pain. The Buddha taught us a powerful truth. Peace comes not from grasping, but from letting go. But what does letting go really mean? It is not about giving up or becoming empty. It means opening your heart and mind, softening your grip. Imagine opening your hands from a tight fist to a gentle cup. Now you can receive new blessings and peace. Letting go frees us from fear and worry. When we release the need to control, life flows more easily. We can face challenges with calm and clarity. Consider the life of the great Zen master, Thich Nhat Hanh. He taught that letting go is like releasing a heavy burden. Through mindfulness and compassion, he found freedom from suffering. His simple presence brought peace to many troubled hearts. Love also shows us the power of letting go. True love does not cling or control. It gives space for growth and freedom. Think of the loving bond between the Buddha and his disciples. He never demanded loyalty or ownership. He invited each person to find their own path. His open love healed and transformed countless lives. Many people struggle with letting go of painful feelings. Anger, regret, and fear often feel like old friends, but holding on to these only tightens chains around our hearts. Mrs. Lin, a kind woman in her 60s, once shared, "I carried anger for years. It weighed on me like a stone. When I learned to let it go, I felt lighter than ever before." Letting go does not mean forgetting or ignoring life. It means accepting what is, without resistance. It means opening to the present moment with kindness. How might your life change if you practiced letting go? What fears or cravings could you soften today? Could you open your hands and heart just a little more? This gentle release creates space for joy and freedom. It is a path many great leaders and spiritual teachers have walked. The Dalai Lama often speaks about compassion born from freedom. He reminds us that true peace comes when we stop grasping. When we let go, we stop carrying burdens that were never ours to keep. Our hearts become lighter and our minds clearer. This understanding prepares us for a deeper truth. Why do we hold on so tightly in the first place? What fuels this endless craving and attachment? Part 5, The Paradox. Having less means having more. Have you ever noticed how wanting more can sometimes leave us feeling empty? This is one of life's great paradoxes. In trying to own more, we often lose peace. Buddhism teaches us a surprising truth. When we let go of possessions, we gain true wealth. Having less can bring more joy and freedom. Look at the life of Buddhist monks. They own very little, just simple clothes and food. Yet, they live with great peace and contentment. Their riches are not material. They are rich in wisdom, kindness, and calm. This shows us that true wealth is inside us, not outside. Consider the famous Japanese samurai Miyamoto Musashi. He lived simply, detached from possessions. His focus was on mastery of the mind and spirit. This inner freedom made him one of history's greatest warriors. Many wealthy people today feel trapped by their wealth. More money means more worries, more stress. The weight of possessions can become a heavy burden. Think about your own life. Do your belongings bring freedom or weight? Could simplicity bring you more peace? The Buddha encouraged us to know what is enough. He called this upakata, the wisdom of sufficiency. It is not about deprivation, it is about appreciating what truly matters. This wisdom helps us stop chasing endless desires. It teaches us to be grateful for what we have. Gratitude opens the heart and lightens the mind. True love also follows this path. Love that clings is not free. Love that lets go allows growth and joy. Think of the loving kindness metta the Buddha taught. It asks us to love without ownership or control. This frees both ourselves and those we love. When we hold nothing tightly, we become open to everything life offers. We can embrace change without fear. This freedom is the heart of the Buddhist path. It is a gift available to all, especially as we age. So ask yourself, what could you let go of today? What would you gain by holding less? This question leads us to our final reflection. To truly have everything, we must first let go of the need to own. And so, as we prepare to close, we remember that peace and joy arise naturally when we stop trying to hold on to life so tightly. Thank you for journeying through these teachings with me. May this wisdom bring you freedom and peace. Conclusion and final lessons. Thank you for reading this journey with me. You have explored deep teachings about life and self. We learned that nothing truly belongs to us. Possessions, roles, and even feelings are impermanent. This is the teaching of non-possession. We saw that the self is not fixed or solid. It is a flowing collection of body, mind, and thoughts. This is the wisdom of non-self or anatta. We understood that craving causes much of our suffering. Wanting more, fearing loss, or avoiding pain traps us. Finally, we found that letting go opens the door to freedom. By releasing tight grips, we find peace and joy. Now, ask yourself gently, what am I holding on to too tightly? What fear or desire weighs on my heart? You don't need to change everything at once. Small daily steps can bring big changes over time. Try breathing deeply and noticing when you cling. Practice opening your hands and heart to the moment. Remember the Vietnamese proverb, Buông bỏ là tự do. Letting go is freedom. This is your invitation to live lighter, to embrace presence, gratitude, and joy today. I am deeply grateful for your time and attention. You have taken an important step toward peace. Please subscribe and support Son.Mindfulness. Join our community by sharing your thoughts below. Your experiences and questions are welcome. May you always be strong, peaceful, and happy. May good fortune and kindness fill your days. Thank you again for being here. Let's walk this path together with open hearts. Thank you.